Why, Larry? What's the matter? Well, I just hate to see you two leave. That's all. Oh, Larry. Yeah. In spite of all the bad things you said to me. What bad things? Yeah, things like, no, get away from me, buzz off. Yeah, things like, and my personal favorite, over my dead body. Janet and Terry exchanged a look, then burst out laughing. Larry, we have a confession to make. We never meant those things. Huh, yeah, Larry, you should have tried harder. Come on, Terry, let's give our room to last, Janet said, giving Larry a final, affectionate pat on the shoulder. Wait, Jack. They were putting me on, weren't they? Larry looked relieved. Then his face crumpled again. Where am I going to find another buddy like you? No, you're the best friend I ever had. Oh, you're the only friend I ever had. Come on, Tom! I'm serious. I don't know what I'm going to do without you. You always pulled through for me. You were always there when I needed you. I'm sorry, man. I just feel so alone. Jack watched Larry, a pang of genuine affection for the eccentric man. Larry, hey, listen, I'm only going to be living a mile away. I don't care. A mile away. You could have told me that before I made a fool out of myself. Larry's mood swung back to his usual dramatic self. Listen, Jack, if you get lonely in that new apartment of yours, Mr. Furley, who had been observing the scene with a mixture of amusement and his usual self-importance, began. Mr. Furley, there's something I really have to say to you. I'm not going to be living alone. Oh, I'm going to be living with a girl. A girl. I thought you said it was a one-bedroom apartment. It is. This is a big step for me. Mr. Furley. A big step. It's a giant leap, and I owe it all to you. To me? Absolutely. After being around a macho guy like me all these years. Sooner or later something was bound to rub off. That makes sense. Jack grinned. A genuine, unburdened smile. He felt a surge of pride. A quiet confidence he hadn't felt in years. He was embarking on a new adventure, not just professionally, but personally. He was going to live with a woman he loved, and even Mr. Furley, in his own peculiar way, had played a part in it. Okay, guys, that's all cleared out. Yeah, we're all ready to go. Well, I guess this is it. Well, Mr. Furley, it's only too many pineapples, Janet said, giving Mr. Furley a hug. Oh, I love you, Mr. Furley. That husband of yours is one lucky guy. Oh, thank you. Well, what the hell? You're cured. I'm the one that straightened him out. You know damn well, Mr. Furley preened, clearly delighted with the attention. Well, I better get home to my husband. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe how that sounds. Janet laughed, a happy, newlywed glow about her. Oh, I know what you mean, Janet. I can't believe that in a few hours I'm going to be with Vicky. Jack's voice was filled with a mixture of excitement and disbelief. Well, I have a plane to catch. We better go, Terry said, giving Jack a final, warm hug. Good luck, Jack. Really. You too, Terry. Have an amazing adventure. As the last of his friends departed, leaving him alone in the now empty apartment, Jack felt a profound sense of closure and anticipation. The old chapter was over. The new one was about to begin. Chapter 5. A new home, a new life. The apartment above the Regal Beagle had always been a secondary space for Jack, a convenient bolt hole for a quick nap between shifts, or a place to store extra ingredients. Now, as he stood in the doorway, the scent of fresh paint and new beginnings filled the air. It was still largely empty, a blank canvas awaiting the imprint of their shared life. He had spent the afternoon moving his few belongings from the old apartment, a surprisingly quick task given how little he truly owned. Vicky, with a more extensive wardrobe and collection of books, had taken longer. He'd helped her pack, their hands brushing as they carefully wrapped fragile items, a silent current of electricity passing between them. The restaurant below was finally quiet, the last customer having left an hour ago. Jack had insisted on closing early, eager to begin this new chapter with Vicky. Oh boy, I thought those last customers would never leave, he said, leaning against the doorframe, a tired but happy smile on his face. Vicky, who had been meticulously arranging a small stack of books on a makeshift shelf, turned and grinned. Well, Vicky, I think they got the hint when you turned off the lights. He chuckled, remembering her impatient flick of the switch. Well, here we are. He gestured around the sparsely furnished room. A bed, a small dresser, and a couple of boxes were the sum total of their possessions in this new space. Yeah. Vicky's eyes, however, were not on the empty room, but on him. "May I give you a lift?" Jack asked, a playful glint in his eye, referring to the small, rickety elevator in the building. "Excuse me. Going up, madam?" He held out his hand, a mock bow. Vicky laughed, a warm, melodic sound that filled the empty space. "Well, thanks for the ride. My pleasure. I'll go get the bags. I'll meet you in the bedroom. It's the only room with furniture." "Right? Yes? Be right there," Jack said, his heart thumping a little faster. The bedroom. The reality of it settled over him, a mixture of excitement and a surprising nervousness. He went to retrieve the remaining bags, his mind buzzing with anticipation. He had dreamt of this, of a life shared with Vicky, but the reality was even more potent. This wasn't just about living together. It was about building something new, something uniquely theirs, away from the watchful eyes of Mr. Bradford, away from the shadows of her past. He returned with 2 large bags, finding Vicky in the bedroom, already unpacking a few toiletries. The room was small, but the large window offered a view of the city lights, a glittering tapestry against the night sky. "Put the brown bag on the bed, honey. Yeah, right. What do you want me to do with this guy?" He held up a small, framed photo of Vicky's parents. Vicky hesitated, then pointed to the closet. Right here in the closet. Okay." Her voice was a little strained, and Jack understood. The memories of her parents, even in a photograph, still held a painful power. He carefully placed the picture in the back of the closet, out of sight, out of mind for now. "Well, will there be anything else, madam?" he asked, trying to lighten the mood. Vicky turned, a mischievous glint in her eyes. "I hope so." Jack's heart skipped a beat. He knew exactly what she meant. He grinned, then remembered something. Wait, right here. Don't go away. I got a surprise." He rushed back into the living room, rummaging through a box he'd carefully set aside. He returned, holding up a chilled bottle, its label sparkling in the dim light. "Ta-da! Oh, champagne! How nice!" Vicky's smile widened. "I've been saving this for a special occasion." He uncorked the bottle with a satisfying pop, the effervescent liquid bubbling into 2 waiting glasses. He handed one to Vicky, then pulled out a small, velvet box from his pocket. "And, I've been saving this for a special occasion." He opened the box, revealing a delicate silver locket, intricately carved with a tiny rose. "Oh, that's beautiful," Vicky gasped, her fingers tracing the design. "And it's a present from my mother." Vicky's eyes softened. "I think I'm gonna like your mother better than your father." Jack chuckled, a genuine, unforced sound. "Oh, no, don't worry about my father. He won't be bothering us anymore. Oh, no, he's got his life, and now we have ours." He raised his glass. "Vicky, to us, may we always be as close as we are now." Vicky clinked her glass against his, her eyes sparkling. "Oh, I think we'll be a lot closer than this." They drank, the champagne crisp and celebratory, a toast to their new beginning. The air between them crackled with anticipation, with unspoken desires and a deep, abiding affection. Oh, listen, Jack, have you talked to your folks yet?" Vicky asked, her voice a little softer, a hint of concern in her eyes. Jack's smile faltered slightly. He had been so caught up in the whirlwind of the past few days, so determined to make this work with Vicky, that he had put off the inevitable conversation with his own parents. His mother, bless her heart, was a traditionalist, and the idea of him living with a woman out of wedlock would undoubtedly send her into a tizzy. "Oh, I spoke to my mother, and she said, have a wonderful time." "Really?" "Yeah, I told her I was going on a camping trip," he admitted, a sheepish grin on his face. Vicky raised an eyebrow, a knowing look in her eyes. "Don't worry, I promise you that. I'll tell my folks about us when, soon." She pressed, her gaze firm. Jack knew she was right. He couldn't keep this a secret forever. But the thought of that conversation, of explaining their unconventional arrangement, filled him with a familiar dread. He loved his mother, but her expectations were often a heavy burden. "Excuse me, are you tired?" Vicky asked, her hand gently touching his arm. "Oh, am I ever? I had to get up at 5 this morning to help the girls pack, you know, and then I went right from there to the market to do my shopping, right from there to the restaurants. I'm excited." "Oh, poor Jack." "Yeah, Maybe we ought to go to bed. So,